Okay, student. Good morning, all of you. Our next topic discussion on this is the diagram. See, external features of the heart, especially human heart. So the external features of the human heart. So we will discuss about the external features. The heart is hollow organ. So hollow organ. Generally, our heart is hollow. Hollow means what? Internally, there is a empty space is present. So the empty space is filled with a blood. Okay, so that it is called hollow organ. It is made up of by cardiac muscles. It is made up of by cardiac muscles. See, generally the heart is made up of by cardiac muscles. See here, cardiac muscles. See, if you will see here this picture clearly. So see here, this is total cardiac muscles. This is outer. This is cardiac muscle. Okay, so like this way. It is auricle, it is right auricle, it is left auricle, it is right ventricle, it is left ventricle. So this is entire portion like this way. Okay, like this way. This is the heart. Okay, so this entire portion actually muscles. Those muscles are called musculature. Musculature. Here there are number of left and right bundle branches also will be there. So okay, so like this way, this is here muscles. These muscles protect the heart. Okay, right ventricle has a thicker muscle than the left ventricle. So this is the left ventricle has a right ventricle has a thinner muscles, left ventricle has a thicker muscles. Okay, that's all. That is the muscles condition. Okay, if we will see here other points. See here, shape. The heart is conical shape. See, the heart is like this way, conical shape. See, actually how the heart is conical shape like this way. The heart is like this conical shape, like this conical shape like this way. Conical shape with apex. Apex means what? Pointed portion. Pointed portion facing downwards. This is the pointed face. This is the pointed. This pointed portion is facing downwards. This is the pointed. This pointed portion facing downwards. And the broad base, this is called broad base. Even in the heart also you can have look on this. So this is the broad base. The broad base directed upward direction. That's why it is called conical in shape. Generally in our body also, the heart arrangement is like this way. See the original picture in this, you will get an idea. See here, see, this is the broad base. The broad base facing, this is called broad base. So this is the portion is called conical shape. So this is the pointed portion downwards, broad base facing upward directions. Next here, the size. Generally the heart is size of the fist of a person. See, size of the fist of a person. Generally, our heart size is, generally the heart is the size. It is the size of the fist of a person. Fist means what? When hand fingers are closed tightly. So how much our size of our fist, that much is our heart size. Okay, that's all. Generally, location of the heart. So the heart is slightly towards the left side in the middle of the thoracic cavity. Generally, the heart is slightly towards the left side, not the left, towards the left side. See, generally people think that the heart is located left side, not left side, towards the left side, in the middle of the thoracic cavity. From the, see here, this side, already we have shown to you this side, right lung, left lung. So like this way, towards right direction, towards the left direction, the heart is located in the middle of the thoracic cavity. This is called mid. This is middle of the thoracic cavity. So the place where the heart is located, that groove, in middle of the thoracic cavity, there is a groove. That groove is called mediastinum. Okay, thoracic cavity. Next, protection. So generally, heart is protected on all sides by rib cage. Left side, left rib cage, rib cage, rib cage. Right side, right rib cage, rib cage, rib cage. Huh? Ventral portion, thoracic cavity, thoracic cavity. Dorsal side means back side, vertebral column. See here given it is protected on all sides by rib cage, left to right to front rib cage, and by vertebral column on the back side. Back side we had a vertebral column. See from brain, here brain will be there. So from the brain, so it is the skull. To this skull there is a hole will be there. That hole is called foramen magnum. Foramen magnum. Through that hole, the vertebral column is passes and moves downward direction. So this is vertebral column gives protection to the heart on dorsal side. In such a way, the heart is gets protection from all directions. Next, pericardium. See here, pericardium. If you see here normal diagram I will draw for our understanding. This is called pericardium. So this is right auricle. This is called left auricle. This is right ventricle. This is left ventricle. So this is the diagram for our understanding. Okay. So the heart is enclosed in a double layered. So just here the heart is enclosed by a double layered, transparent. This layer is transparent. Thin. These two layers are very thin. Sac called pericardium. This is called pericardium. Pericardium. Okay, so this is called pericardium. So the space between this is called inner layer. This is called outer layer. In between the two layers, there is a space is present that is called pericardial space. Pericardial space. This space is filled with a fluid. That fluid is called pericardial fluid. Pericardial fluid. So this fluid, see here, the space between the inner and outer layers is called pericardial space. This space is filled with a fluid called pericardial fluid. So finally the center is called pericardium. The pericardium and the pericardial fluid protect the heart from physical shocks or blows. See, this is called, membranes are called, outer membrane, inner membranes, two are called pericardium. So in between the two membranes, there is a space is present, pericardial space. This space is filled with a fluid that is called pericardial fluid. So this pericardial fluid protect the heart from physical shocks or blows. Physical shocks means what? Whenever if you will get any accident, if you will suddenly, if you met with an accident or any shock, electrical shock, or any blows while we are riding the bike or cycle, suddenly fell, nothing happens to our body due to pericardium and pericardial fluid. Okay, so this pericardium and pericardial fluid in real diagram, how it would be, let's have a look on that. See here, actually, if we will see here, see, this is here like this way, this is outer and inner. I mean, actually here like this way will be there. This is the broad base. Okay, here like this way will be there. Like this will be there. Right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. So here two membranes will be there. Like this way, two membranes. These membranes are called pericardial membrane, pericardium. It is the space is called pericardial space. This space is filled with a fluid. This is called fluid. See, this is the fluid. This fluid, pericardial fluid. This is fluid, pericardial fluid. Pericardial fluid. This pericardial fluid protects the heart from all directions, from physical shocks or blows. Okay, that is. Okay, that's it. Next, chambers. So see that the deep grooves, one vertical, one horizontal. See, in true sense, in true body, like this way, the heart. There are two deep grooves. One is vertical groove and one is horizontal groove are visible on the heart from outside. So generally they see these like these way. These grooves are visible from are visible on the heart from outside. So this is called vertical groove. This is called horizontal groove. These grooves indicate that the heart is internally divided into four chambers. So this is divided into right and left. This horizontal groove divides into, this is upper chambers, auricles. This is lower chambers, ventricles. Like this. So upper chambers, two sides are there. So it is right auricle, it is left auricle, left auricle. So these two are, it is present left side, right side. So right ventricle, this is left ventricle. So these grooves, horizontal and vertical grooves, indicates the heart is internally divided into four chambers. Okay, so that is the four chambered heart. So these four chambers in the original picture we cannot have. So, but see, we cannot see clearly. See, this is right auricle. This is a small chamber. This is left auricle. This is right ventricle. This is left ventricle. Okay. See, these are all muscles. These are all this much depth. So these are all muscles. Okay, ma? That's all. Next, here, before entering to another points, here we have to see one general point. So circulatory pathways, generally in animal kingdom, there are two types of circulatory pathways we have to discuss. One is open type of circulatory system, another one is closed type of circulatory system. Open type of circulatory system, another one is closed type of circulatory system. If you will see here, open type of circulatory system, in this type, blood flows from the heart into arteries. The arteries open into a large spaces called sinus. In this type of circulation, blood flows from the heart into the arteries. See, generally this type of we will see in cockroach. Okay, like this way. The cockroach head like this way will be there. Okay, that's all. So in this type, the blood flows from heart. Here, 13 chambered hearts will be there. Cockroach consists of 13 chambers are present. In the animal kingdom, it is the first animals that have 13 chambered hearts. So from these hearts, the blood flows from the heart into the arteries. Here, one large artery is connected to the blood. Only one artery. Large artery is connected to the head. This is the head region. So from these hearts, the blood is entered into the artery. See, from the heart, blood enter into the arteries. Only one large artery is present. The arteries open into the large spaces called sinuses. This is the artery opens into the large spaces. Those are called sinuses. It is one sinuses. This is sinuses. This is sinuses. So this artery is open into the sinuses. These are called these two. These two are called sinuses. Okay. So from the sinuses, blood is carried by the veins to the heart. Okay. So in this one, there are no interconnecting vessels. The capillaries between the arteries and veins. Okay. See here. In open type of circulatory system, there are no capillaries. There are no interconnecting vessels. So only the capillaries between the arteries and veins are present. Only a small capillaries are present between the arteries and veins. So that the blood is from the sinuses directly entered into the hearts. That kind of a circulatory system is called open type of circulatory system. See, as the circulatory fluid comes out of the vessels and freely flows into the body spaces. Here, body spaces means what? Sinuses. See, Okay, so these are called sinuses. These are called sinuses. It is sinuses. It is one sinuses. It is one sinuses. Sinus is nothing but body cavity. Body cavity. Body cavity. Okay. So in this, circulatory fluids comes out of the vessels and freely flows into the body cavities or body spaces or sinuses. This type of circulatory system is called open type of circulatory system. It is commonly found in leeches, arthropods, mollusks, echinoderms, and ascidian. It is a kind of an organism which is survives in aquatic habitats. In them, this kind of open type of circulatory system can be seen. So, in the open type of circulatory system, the blood vessels are not well developed. That kind of a circulatory system is called open type of circulatory system. So, if you will see here, closed type of circulatory system, in this type, the blood flows through blood vessels. See, in this closed type of circulatory system is example human being. So in this, the blood flows through blood vessels. See here, from all the body parts, superior vena cava. See, this is called superior vena. Here, superior vena cava, inferior vena cava will be there. Those caval veins brings deoxygenated blood to the right auricle. From the right auricle, deoxygenated blood entered into the right ventricle through a aperture. It is a hole, through a hole. About that hole you will study. Okay, from right auricle, blood entered into the right ventricle through a hole. Okay, next from the left ventricle, sorry, left auricle, the blood enters into the left ventricle. So here oxygenated blood, already previously we discussed much discussion about this. What about oxygenated and deoxygenated? So oxygenated blood from the left auricle enters into the left ventricle. Deoxygenated blood from the right auricle enters into the right ventricle. Here what happened? See, this is called pulmonary artery. Pulmonary, this is called pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery outside of the heart is divided into two parts. Already we discussed that. See, this is the pulmonary artery. Outside of the heart, see, this is pulmonary artery. This is pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery outside of the heart is divided into two chambers. Pulmonary artery. It is called right pulmonary artery. It is called left pulmonary artery. So right pulmonary artery is connected to the right lung. Left pulmonary artery is connected to the left lung. Okay, here deoxygenated blood goes to right lung, left lung. Here deoxygenated blood becomes oxygenated. Here exchange of gases takes place. Okay, ma? Like that. Next here see, this is what here. This is called systemic aorta, aortic wall. Here they did not mention name. This is called large aorta. That is called systemic aorta. So this is systemic aorta outside of the heart divided into several branches. It is one branch, it is one branch, it is one branch. So here oxygenated blood through the hole entered into the, it is left ventricle. This oxygenated blood entered into the systemic aorta. Through the systemic aorta, the blood is pumped to various body parts. Okay, that's all. So this type of circulatory system is called closed type of circulatory system. This type of circulatory system is called closed type of circulatory system. Like this way, in open type of circulatory system, well-developed blood vessels are absent. So from the heart, blood is directly entered into the body cavity. So that kind of a circulatory system is called open type of circulatory system. In this type of circulatory system, blood vessels are well developed. Through the blood vessels, blood is pumped to all the body parts. That kind of a circulatory system is called closed. Closed means what? Blood is pumped through closed blood vessels. Here what? Blood directly pumped from heart to various body parts through body cavity. Open spaces. Okay, ma? That's all. Here, see, whatever I said there, that it would be there. See, in this type of blood flows through the blood vessels. Blood vessel, that is pulmonary artery, systemic aorta, etc. The blood flows from arteries to the veins, through small blood vessels. Those are called capillaries. From the main artery to the veins. From the veins to the small blood vessels. Smaller and smaller blood vessels are called capillaries. So closed type of blood vascular system is found in the annelids. Closed type of circulatory system is found in annelids. Annelids example already we discussed. Earthworm, cephalopods. Cephalopods are the among non-chordates. Non-chordates. Cephalopods among the non-chordates. N is non-chordates, cephalochordates, and all vertebrates among the chordates. In these, many of organisms, closed type of circulatory system happens. Okay, that's all. Chordates means vertebrates means we. Mammals are vertebrates. Okay, all the mammals shows closed type of circulatory system. So that here this is closed and open type of circulatory system. In the picture you have seen, what you have seen here, this is auricle. This partition is called auricle. This small partition is called left auricle. This large partition is called right auricle. The same here again, it is transfer section, longitudinal section of the heart, this diagram. So another form of diagram we will see that. What is it? This is external features. In the external features of the heart, auricles we can clearly see. This is right auricle. This is auricle, right auricle. This is left auricle. Okay, that's the left auricle always smaller than the right auricle. So here, if you will actually that partition we cannot have look in that external features, but internally like this way it will be there. Okay, it will be there. It is right ventricle, left ventricle. Both the ventricles are separated by a wall, like this way, wall. This is called interventricular septum. It is called interventricular septum. This is called inter means middle. This wall is present between ventricle. That's why it is called interventricular ventricle. This wall is also called septum. In science language, wall is called septum. Okay, ma? That's all. So more information about auricles we will see. See here, auricles. Human heart is internally divided into 4-chambered heart. So for our understanding, this diagram we will draw. Okay, this is okay. It is right auricle. It is left auricle. See, human heart is internally divided into 4 chambers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 chambers. The upper two chambers are called auricles. Upper 1, 2. The 2 chambers are called auricles. So the right auricle is larger than the left auricle. So this is called right auricle. This is the right auricle. Right auricle is larger than the left auricle. Okay. The right and left auricles are separated by a wall. So this is right auricle. This is left auricle. Both are separated by a wall. This wall is called separated by a vertical wall, that is called interauricular septum. So inter means middle. This wall where present between auricles are there. That's why it is called interauricular septum. So this vertical wall is present in between the two auricles. That's why it is called interauricular septum. Interauricular septum. This is called interauricular septum. Interauricular septum. So this wall prevents the mixing of deoxygenated blood in the right auricle. So this is the wall. Little bit, I will make it space. Okay, that's all. So this is the wall. This wall can prevent the mixing of. This is right auricle. Right auricle always receives deoxygenated blood. This is left auricle always receives oxygenated blood. In between these two, one wall is there. This is called interauricular Inter. Inter means middle. That wall is present in between the auricles. That's why interauricular. This wall name is septum. Septum, interauricular septum. Okay. So this interauricular septum prevent the mixing of deoxygenated blood from the oxygenated blood. Okay. See, this wall prevents the mixing of deoxygenated blood in the right auricle with the oxygenated blood present in the left auricle. So the right auricle receives deoxygenated blood. See, this is the right auricle. This right auricle always receives deoxygenated blood from all the body parts except lungs. Okay, except lungs, remaining all the body parts, right auricle always receives deoxygenated blood through superior and inferior vena cava. Actually, here superior vena cava. Here one more vein that is called inferior vena cava. Superior precaval vein. Superior is also called precaval vein. Precaval vein. Inferior is also called postcaval veins. These two veins brings deoxygenated blood. So precaval veins, superior vena cava brings deoxygenated blood from heart, from head, neck, from these parts, brings deoxygenated blood and send them to the right auricle. Inferior vena cava, that is called postcaval vein, brings deoxygenated blood from lower body parts, abdomen, legs, toes. From them, it brings deoxygenated blood and open into the right auricle. Okay, that's all. These two caval veins I will show in the real heart diagram. See here, see, this is superior vena cava, superior vena cava. This is superior vena cava. This is superior vena cava brings deoxygenated blood from the head, neck, and it is opened into the right auricle. See, it is opened into the right auricle. This is superior vena cava. Okay, next one more inferior, superior, inferior vena cava. See here, inferior vena cava. See in the diagram. So inferior, this is called inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava. Superior means precaval veins. Inferior means postcaval veins. Okay, so this is also directly opened into the, see here hole is there. Through this hole, it will be, see here, clearly will get an idea. It is called inferior vena cava hole. This is okay. So it will bring blood from lower body parts and open into the right auricle. Okay, ma? That's all. So this is what explanation about auricles. Next, let's have a look on ventricles. So this is the important information for your first PUC. Okay, ma? So these are all on whatever the topics now I am teaching. If you learn, if you listen these topics, it helps your first PUC. Okay, ma? Next, human heart is internally divided into 4 chambers. Already know. The lower 2 chambers of heart is called ventricles. See, I have drawn diagrams. Lower, lower. These are lower. This is right auricle. This is left auricle. This is right ventricle. This is left ventricle. See the lower 2 chambers. The lower 2 chambers. These 2 chambers are called ventricles. The left ventricle is larger. The left ventricle is larger in size than right ventricle. Already I said the right and left ventricles are separated by a vertical wall. It is right ventricle, it is left ventricle separated by a vertical wall. This is called vertical wall. Okay. So this vertical wall is called inter. Inter means middle. In between the ventricles, it was there. So that it is called inter. This wall is present in between the ventricle. That is why interventricular septum. Upper side, this is called Same inter, it is present in between auricles, so that auricular septum, interauricular septum. So it is in between two ventricles are present. It is called inter. In between ventricles, so ventricular septum, interventricular septum. It is called interauricular septum. So this interventricular septum prevents deoxygenated blood to oxygenated blood. Why? From the right auricle, deoxygenated blood enters into the right ventricle. From the left auricle, oxygenated blood enters into the left ventricle. Here in the ventricles, this deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood is not mixed due to the presence of a vertical wall that is called interventricular septum. Okay, that is interventricular septum. This wall prevents the mixing of deoxygenated blood in the right ventricle with the oxygenated blood present in the left ventricle. Already we discussed many times. So the right ventricle receives deoxygenated blood. See, this is right ventricle. This is left ventricle. So the right ventricle receives deoxygenated blood from the right auricles through a hole. See, right ventricle receives deoxygenated blood from the right auricle and pumps it into the lungs through pulmonary arteries. Already I said many times. So from here, one artery is erased. One artery, this is called pulmonary artery. So this pulmonary artery outside of the heart is divided into two parts. It is right pulmonary artery, left pulmonary artery. It is open into the right lung, it is open into the left lung. Okay, that's all. The left ventricle receives, this is called left ventricle. This is called left auricle. Left ventricle receives oxygenated blood from left auricle. This is the left ventricle. This is called left ventricle. This left ventricle receives oxygenated blood from the left auricle and pumps it to all the body parts except lungs. Okay, lungs, left ventricle pumps oxygenated blood throughout the body parts. Through here, one aorta, that is called large aorta, is erased. Already I showed in picture. Okay, again I will show that is in picture. Have a look on that. Yes. See here, this is aorta. From where it started? This is aorta. This is aorta. This is okay. This is okay. So this is left ventricle. From the left ventricle, deoxygenated blood entered into the aorta. This is aorta. Through this aorta, it goes to all the body parts. Okay, ma? That's all. If you have doubts,